Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course.
Daily
Bob.
stretch routine for beginners in a chair. You don't need any equipment. Let's get started, Brad.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Let's start. The first one is going to be chin tucks. Do you want to do that from the side,
Sure.
Brad? And I'll do it. We're going to go ahead and this is always a great posture one. And I'm going to do it at least 5 times. 4, 5. I'm giving a little bit of overpressure on that.
Yeah, you don't have to push on it, but you can.
Then we're going to go into extension. Extend the neck back. This is something a lot of people don't do unless you're working with, painting the ceiling or something like that, but or working on cars.
Can I use my towel back?
Oh yeah, you can use your towel too. That's a good.
I like to put the towel back.
Yep.
It's a little more comfortable.
Yep, that's actually a very good point, Brad. All right, next one, Brad. You have good posture, and you're going to bend to the side. Now on this one, if you want, you could just take your fingertips and lightly pull over to the side, but don't go crazy on it. And then we'll go the other direction, Brad.
Sure. Otherwise, if you just go one direction all the time, you'll tip over.
Well, your brain will be sloshing around on one side then.
Mine always does anyway.
All right, then we're going to go rotations, Brad. 1, 2.
How many repetitions are you?
We're just doing 5.
5. And that's
And the
not...
same thing, a little extra pressure here. You can give a little extra stretch. Then we'll go the other direction. 1.
These are good for
2.
people who sit a lot, whether it's at work or maybe if you're in a wheelchair.
Well, anybody, if you're just doing a beginning stretch routine.
Sure.
All right, let's go chest stretch. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can take a towel like this and then go back like this, Brad, and oh, my chest is really stretching now. Or you can go behind like this and pull up like this.
Yep. No, yeah, if you've got a shoulder problem or if you're a little older and they're a little tighter or arthritic, this one may not be an option. But if you have the towel, it really gives you more...
More possibilities
yep,
there.
mm-hmm.
Next one, we're going to stretch the shoulder out, and we're actually going to do a little crossover stretch like this. Again, if any of these hurt, like this might hurt on some people.
Yeah, this one is not real comfortable for me. I get impingement in here, and I feel a pinch. Then I don't do it very much.
I wouldn't do it then.
Right.
It's not worthwhile. Because we're not trying to create pain, we're trying to reduce pain.
Yeah, should feel like a nice, comfortable stretch. So this arm I don't do, this one I do because this one feels good.
Then we're just going to do a shoulder flexion, Brad. And a lot of times people have one shoulder that's tighter than the other. So it's nice to use the towel because this can help the shoulder that's lagging behind.
So because this one's tight, both of them together kind of evens them out.
And if you're really tight, you could even go like this and pull it up like this.
So the good one helps the tight one. Yep.
The strong help the weak.
Yeah. You cannot wash your hands with only one hand.
That's a good...
It takes 2 hands.
Wow, that's really philosophical. Many hands make light work. That's another one.
Wow.
We're really cool.
Well, back to the stretches.
Back to the stretches. Now we're going to do wrist flexion, Brad. We're going to go ahead and bend down. And do you want to do your twist right away, too? Or do you...
Well, this is your program, Bob. Don't look at me.
So we can go down and even twist a little bit like that.
And that helps get some extra muscles on some of the extensors for that tennis elbow prevention. Oh, both hands at once.
And then we're going to go ahead and stretch into flexion.
Now, I always say don't go way up on the fingertips and pull real hard. Drop down a little bit. It's a little more, helps the muscles, not so aggressive.
I agree.
Especially if you got some arthritis.
I concur. Okay, now we're to the mid-back, Brad. So now we're going to go, and if you have a chair that hits you right, you can even just bend over like that. If you don't, you could use a rolled towel like this and put it in here and go up like that. It gives you a little bit of stretch. And then Brad's showing the other way. You can actually take the towel like this and roll it up. And you're going to go put it in the mid-back like this, and the direction of force is going up this way.
Yeah, whoop.
So 1.
Oh, Bob.
2.
That hurt?
No, it feels good.
Oh, good. You got that grunting in your throat. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean there, yeah.
And you can also even do the low back here. You can stretch that back a little bit here, too.
These should all feel good. And as you can tell, Bob and I are having fun, and really does relax that back.
You're having a blast.
Get things moving.
All right, next we're going to go ahead and do rotations, Brad.
I can breathe better, Bob, now.
Oh, wonderful.
Opens things up.
Opens the chest up, yep. You want to have really good posture for this one. We're going to work on rotations here. And you can take the towel and help pull you along, but you're going to go ahead and turn.
Start slowly.
Yep, start slowly. If one direction hurts, just go in the other direction. You know, yeah, if this way hurts, just work this way to start off with.
So
and eventually,
we'll start at the middle and just go from the middle to the pain-free side.
Right.
And then you can check the painful side and see if it loosens up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I made that joke before. There's that band One Direction. I said, you probably don't know who that is, do you? But I don't
The band of One Direction?
They're called One Direction.
Yeah.
So.
Never.
All right, we're moving on. Next one, hip flexion and knee flexion. So the towel's not being used right now. We're just going to go ahead and pull up and stretch that hip. And so you're stretching the hip and the knee.
You could use a towel.
Oh, you can. You're right, Brad.
Because some people may not be able to reach over.
You can go underneath like this, too.
If you have arthritic hands, this can be helpful.
You go like this.
Oh, yeah. You know, there is more use
For
in therapy and stretching with towels than there is with any other. This is probably one of the things that in your household that you could really use for stretching.
Well, if you're having trouble with flexion of your knee, you can actually do this too. You can put the towel underneath and go like this, and this gaps the knee a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So this actually is another way to stretch here. So
Yep.
we're just full of good ideas, aren't we, Brad?
Well, you know,
We're full of something
a
anyway.
lot of years behind us.
Okay, next one we're going to work on. This is a good one to do for a lot of people, is to work on external rotation of the hip. So you're going to put your ankle up on the opposite knee, and you're going to push down here. Pressure on, pressure off. Pressure on, pressure off. Now this is really important for someone who is tight on one side. And you can tell by, you can see how high my knee comes up on this side. I'm as far as I can go. And this one, see, I am looser on this one.
Yeah, it goes down a little lower.
Yeah, so I need to work more on this one.
Sure.
So maybe I'm going to spend more of my time pushing down on this one, which, by the way, I just discovered this. I didn't know this one was tighter.
You know, the nice thing about this, I do this one every day when I put my shoes on. I'll put my shoes on, and then I'll just give a few stretches.
Yeah, you can even put your shoes on and hit it with your elbow.
Right,
like
yeah.
this.
It's a, you know, part of the life.
Okay. For those of you who sit a lot, this is a great stretch because your hip flexors tend to get tight and shortened on you. So it's really easy to do this in a chair, actually, Brad. You just go ahead and turn to the side like this, and you're going to bring this leg back as far as you can go. And you can lean forward like this, and that's giving a stretch on this hip.
Sure.
Now, if you want to even go a little bit further, you can actually grab the ankle, and you can stretch the quadricep too at the same time.
Yeah, so be careful on this one. We don't want you falling out of the chair. If you got an arthritic knee or you're, you know, not stable enough, just skip this one.
Yeah, good point, Brad, because I don't want anybody falling on the floor. That would not be bad. That would be bad, right?
I was teaching a stretch class and
someone fell?
Well, it was very close.
You can also take the towel like this and pull back like this.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, safety first, right, Brad?
Yep, that's what my father always used to tell my daughter.
Safety first?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ever since she was a kid, I think it helped, too.
All right, next one, Brad, we're going to actually stretch the hip adductors. That's the muscles right underneath here. So again, you're going to get to the edge of the chair, and you're going to bring the leg out like this. And now when you're in this position, you just actually go over like this, and you're going to stretch your quadratus lumborum and the hip adductor at the same time. How cool is that?
This one I can't do, Bob, because it hurts my back.
Okay.
So if it does bother you or create pain, that's me. That's why I'm not doing this.
Sure, and I'm going to go ahead and even out by doing the other side too. Put my leg way out here and stretch this way, and I am a little tighter this way.
Can you see that, Lonnie?
Yeah. Lonnie's Lonnie
Don't worry about
Lonnie
it.
fell asleep. It's really too bad. All right. Oh, you were losing me a little bit there? Okay, next one.
Fell off.
Hamstring, Brad. Now, hamstring you could put forward and just lean forward like this. Keep in kind of good posture.
Yep.
You could put it up on a stool.
Yep.
Or Brad's going to show how you can take a towel and pull it up like this.
I personally like to put it on a stool. It's much easier. It takes less work. But if you don't have a stool available.
And if you want to do kind of more of an active one, you can pull the leg up like this and then just go ahead and stretch the leg out like that.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, can girls, right? Isn't that what they call them?
Can.
Dancing the... That's an old
Well,
term.
what do you bring this stuff up for? I just don't know where your
All right,
mind is.
calf muscles. We're going to go ahead and stretch the calf. So again, you're going to get your towel out. You're going to grab the end, and you're going to pull that foot toward, the forefoot toward you. Give a good stretch. This is a muscle that's commonly tore in the weekend athlete who doesn't keep it stretched out, and then all of a sudden he goes running to first base after hitting.
That's just what I was going to say. People play softball, you know, they're pretty sedentary, and then they go play a hard game, and they're sprinting to get to that second base, and they don't make it.
All of a sudden, twing. All right, well, not the last one. We're going to go ahead and stretch the plantar fascia. So actually, you're going to grab the toes and you're going to pull them into, that'd be extension, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Extension.
Dorsiflexion.
Yep.
Well, it's going in the dorsal direction.
Right.
Well,
right.
That's a therapy
That's a
thing.
therapy
We
world,
don't worry about that. But pull them up like this.
Yep. And then the final stretch, Brad, is you're going to want to stretch and you're going to want to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Yeah,
if you are new to our channel, we provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go over to the Facebook and like us because Brad and I, we're almost down in this begging position already, Brad.
Yeah,
we're begging you to go ahead and like us.
Yeah,
so,
it's one way or another, do it. You know,
all right,
have fun.
Stretch and relax.